Welcome back to your Math Resource Showcase. I'm Amber Soto, and this week we have been focusing on that beautiful place where math meets art. Yesterday we looked at nonogram puzzles. Today we're going to go back to a very familiar page. I'm sure you'll remember this from earlier in this series. Jo Boaler's page, youcubed.org. That's youcubed.org. And on her page, under Tasks and More, which we have also visited before, you'll see that there's a tab called Maths and Art. And there's all kinds of really cool things to try in here. So I encourage you to go through, click on different things, see what's there. Actually, one of my favorites that I decided against doing right now is this one, Having, where it talks about how halves aren't always what we think of, the exact same thing on both sides, and that it can look very different as long as it's the same area on both sides. So you have some fun with that in dividing things differently. But the one I decided to do with you today is this one, Art of Patterns. Now these are all designed in a way that you could give this as a teacher, or if you're a parent, to your kids. You can select days to put on a playlist. So if you want to do that, feel free. I'm not going to do that right now, so I'm just going to download PDF here. And when we download the PDF, it gives us a whole little lesson plan where it gives the introduction, it talks about the activities to do and how long they should take, showing a mindset video, talking about an artist, and then exploring the structure. So there's a lot that you can do to build this. For right now, I'm going to leave that exploration part to you, and I'm just going to pose the actual activity. So if we come down, and just so you know, there's resources. It talks about who the artist is. His name is Sol LeWitt, and it talks about what he stood for and how he came to be, and it gives all these different links for you to look up more and learn more about him. But what I want you to do is I want to jump right to the extension here. So this is his art. This is the art of Sol LeWitt as seen from different angles. Okay, this is one of his structures, 12 by 23 by 12, done in 1996, and it's called Wood and Paint. By the way, one of his quotes says, when artists make art, they shouldn't question whether it is permissible to do one thing or another. So he was very big on pushing those boundaries of what art is, which is good for us because his art is very mathematical. Okay, so the challenge that is posed to you today says, if this was a case 12 of a pattern, what would case 3 look like? Now, I'll draw your attention to the fact that if you count up how many levels there are 12. So now you've got to think about, if this was step number 12 or case 12, what would case 3 look like? If you modeled case 3 using toothpicks and dots as connectors, how many dots would you need? What about for any case in the structure? What are the instructions LeWitt could have left for someone else to build a structure like this of any size? Okay, so that right there, my friends, is your task. I want you to look at these different, well, they're not different, they're all the same, but look at these different pictures of his structure. Think about, if it was a case 12 of a pattern, what would case 3 look like? If you modeled case 3 using toothpicks and dots as connectors, how many dots would you need? What about for any case in the structure? And what are the instructions he could have left for someone else to build a structure like this of any size? Please let me know in the chat. You can put anything you want down there, leave comments. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. But most importantly, I want you to play with this. Go find somebody and share these pictures with them and ask them the same questions. Having conversations around math can be a really, really powerful thing. All right. Now, again, if you need to, go ahead and screenshot this. You can take a picture and print it out so you can look at it later. But this right here in the screen right now is essentially what you'll need. It's the pictures, it's the questions, it's the challenge. All right, so now all you get to do is have fun with it. Play, think about it, see what you can come up with. I hope that you have a great time figuring this out. Go get some toothpicks, and if you don't have gummies, you know, there's plenty of things, marshmallows, I don't know, you can find a lot of squishy things to stick the toothpicks in to try to build it and see what it would look like. All right, I hope you have a beautiful day today, and as always, happy mathing.